Welcome to the Three River Valley series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 16th of March 1949. Now in this part I want to do three things. First thing is we need to get a rail construction train into the construction office here. The second thing is that I want to finish off putting in the power supply to this area here from the power station at the bottom of the hill, so that we got a fairly strong and consistent power supply up here. And then the final thing is I want to put in the water and sanitation net infrastructure into this new town here. But before that, as usual, a big thank you for your comments and feedback. You guys give me a lot to think about. Now, I did get a couple of comments, one about the fact that using the 18 megawatt power lines, and I agree with that sentiment completely. If I'm actually running power, I will tend to use 18 megawatt power lines like I've done here. But if I'm going into a fairly blind area, I will step down a little bit. So I think these are, I think I went for, what was it, 13 megawatts here, because I know that the most I'm going to build in this area is the town and the 3 mines at the top there. And another example of that is the fact that this substation is never going to go anywhere. So I've actually dropped this down to even lower, I think. I can't remember what this one is. So that is, I think it's this one, 6 megawatts or 8 megawatts. Because all this is going to do is be the substation for this new town here. And on the subject of this new town here, somebody did pass a comment about the fact that of building a town up here to supply the workers to the iron mines up here. Now the problem up here, if I show you here, is it's not flat, and trying to get a town into this area is going to be a little bit tricky, especially if I want to run all 3 iron mines. Although what I might do long term is build a small village up in this area to get maybe supply the workers to this iron mine here. So, and this is the reason why I opted out for building down here, because it means I can get a workforce here that's going to be big enough for the mine up there and the coal processing, and of course our little bit of our long-term board production, which will be located up here. Now the second reason for building this here is the fact that because I'm going to use a cableway. And what I've found with cableways, I'll be completely upfront actually. Up until I did the 7 Crosses series, which is the last series I did on the channel, I wasn't a big fan of cableways. I found them a little bit awkward. But what I did do is use 2 cableways in that series, both going to mines. And I found that cableways are pretty efficient, and probably the best way to describe them is that if we come over to here, up to this cableway here, which is used for aggregate, but the rules apply. You can see this can have up to 43 cabins on the track, and this is, well, it's comparable in length with the one we just built. So say for example that we could, this one over here can have 30 cabins on it, and if we come to here and look at the it's passenger cabins here, you can see each passenger cabin has the potential to carry 12 passengers. So if you multiply that by 10, well 3, so 12 is 120, multiply that, it's 360. This cableway has more than enough capacity, even with just 30 cabins, to keep this workforce up in this iron mine here operating at pretty high capacity. And one of the nice things also about cableways, which is different from buses, is because you're delivering 12 passengers regularly, what you don't get is these little drop-offs when you're using buses or trains, where you dump in a lot of people, they do their 8-hour shift and then disappear, and then it drops again. With a cableway, you get a consistent supply of workers being dropped off all the time, assuming that you can get all the workers into the cable station here. That's the reason why I've gone for a large cable station and heavy poles up through here. I mean, to be honest, I've never really found much use for the light cableways. So that's one thing. Another thing somebody pointed out quite interestingly was the fact that I made a bit of a mistake over here, in the sense that this is too high in relation to this workforce here. You can see here that this is loyalty is only of 49% or 48%. So by dropping that down to 45, we should get more tutors in here to solve the problem with the orphanage. Now, the next thing I want to talk about with relation to comments is a bit of an apology and, well, maybe a few tips. That is that I quite often get requests from people asking me whether I can publish a mod list, and I've tried to put mod lists and collections together. The problem is that I'm a little bit addicted to mods in this game, and I actually checked just before starting the recording. If we go into the workshop on your menu and go to subscribed items, you get pages, and I've got 77 pages of mods. Even I didn't realize I got that many. I think at the last count I had about 48. And the reason for that is that when I get up in the morning and I start preparing for the day, because quite often that's when I do the uploads for that day, the first thing I do is go into Steam, go to the library, go to workers and resources, go into the workshop and see if there's any news, and see if any new mods have been published. And then if there's anything that looks interesting, I just automatically subscribe to it. And that's the reason why I got 77 pages. So what I want to do is take this opportunity to help any of you who are looking at early starts. And my top tip is that if you're planning on doing an early start, especially if it's down prior to 1920, go to the workshop, go through and search by vehicle category, and then choose any vehicle that has a start date prior to 1960. The reason I'm saying every vehicle is that when you do an early start, there's often big gaps, especially with respect to pavers and rollers and some of the more specialized vehicles. So the more vehicles you subscribe to, the more options you've got when you're actually doing an early start. Now, with buildings, what I would recommend is that you check out Nova's small village collection and also his collection of early start 1900 to 1950. What you will find in there is a really nice wide range of buildings that, one, can help with the immersion, and two, will solve any problems you will have around an early start, especially with respect to water treatment and and also if you've got horses and carts, whether you're going to be able to feed them. So what I would suggest is that if you're going to do an early start, that's where you want to go. So that out the way, what I want to do now is get down to how we're going to get a track layer in here in realistic mode. Of course, if you're playing normal mode, you can just go in and buy it, but you can see here this says go away, they've got no connection to the customs house, because technically you can't buy a track layer in here until you've laid the railway track, and this is a catch-22 situation. So what we've got to do is come up over here to our border post. It doesn't have to be one with railway, you can actually do it on an ordinary one as well. And so I'll just show you that. So you come into here, you will see that we get a disassembled number of vehicles. These are the vehicles that can be shipped by truck. And just to show it to you, the only reason I'm coming here is because it's a bit closer. If we come up to here, what you'll find is that you can actually buy the disassembled in here. Now, the downside of buying them from this customs post is because it doesn't have a rail connection, you can't find out what the capabilities of these various options are. It's actually better to buy from the customs office, which has actually got a rail connection, because, as I say, if we go to Disassembled, you don't get any information from this. But what you can do is go to Track Builder. And what you'll see straight away is there's a difference between the actual track builders that are available and the disassembled. See, you can see, and what we've got here is two Packet 0.4.0 options. One is actually the track builder, which is this one here, And we also got this one here, which isn't a track builder. It's actually a small loco that could be purchased from this border. But if I actually drag that down and click on this, you'll see that you can't actually buy this in this custom shed. And the reason for that is I think the game's a little bit confused, because this one you can buy, but it's actually a proper train which you can then do something with. Although what I have found is that you can't deliver this to a depot. So really and truthfully, that is really meant for purchasing at the station after you've made the rail connection. Just come up here just to show you the options up here, and you can actually see we've now got the Packet 0.40 ST available here as part of there. But you can see to actually buy the track builder here is going to cost us $110,000, which is pretty steep. Luckily down here it's a bit cheaper, which is if we come in here and we could buy it, although we can't buy it, which is contradiction. It's actually there, but generally the trains here are a bit cheaper. Although you can see that the 704 track builder is actually going to cost us 415,000 rubles, and that's the same price here. The reason for that is the game's inflation is starting to come in. You can see that this one's 623,000. Now, top tip here, don't buy this as a disassembled thing, because because what will happen is it will tell you that there's vehicles that will carry it, but I've actually done some testing and it doesn't get, I don't think it's can actually fit on any trucks, despite the game telling you otherwise. And I think the only reason it's been included in the Disassembled is the fact that this is a 704 track builder. So really what we've got now is only two options. We've got, and if I go back to, well, we're in the right one anyway. What you'll see here is that this one is the Kirov PK6. It's got a top speed of 45 kilometers an hour, and it's got, but it's only got a track builder speed of 5. Where this one, the 704 track builder, is got only a top speed of 35 kilometers an hour, but it's got a track building speed of 20. And more importantly, what you get is a profile of what it can carry. So what we're going to do now is actually buy this. It's going to be painful. It's going to cost us 400,000 rubles. And now another drawback when you buy these is that until you've bought it, you can't actually find out which vehicles will carry this. And you can actually see that the only vehicle that will carry this is a heavy steam hauler. But if we bought one of the other ones, you'd have got it would have given you options of open holes that will carry it, but they don't actually work. This is probably the polite word. So we're just going to speed the game a bit now, because we're going to need a bit of speed to do this. So what we've got to do is go to open hole, and we actually need the heavy steam hauler here. And what that's going to do is come trundling out here and go into there and go to the gas station. Which reminds me, I've got to get this built. We need to get this built, because I was checking the game when I was playing. Oh, come on, it's down here somewhere. Some of my trucks are wandering around now, because I really need this gas station. What we'll do is just get up here. I don't think it will deliver the fuel until it's actually done, but we need some extra oil trucks in here as well. We're just going to set you there. I think we'll set you to 50% because you're a normal 35 tons. I think I could do with some extra oil trucks in here. Capacity, right, we've got a Tatra here. It's 61 kilometers an hour. Speed wise 70, but it's only 2.5 tons. I think we're going to go for capacity over, so I'm just going to buy 2 more of those into there. So hopefully by now our steam hauler would have got into here. Now what we're going to do is set up a route. We've got to go into here. Now when you're moving disassembled vehicles, you've got to make sure that you click this window down here, otherwise it won't pick it up and it will just wander around the map doing silly things. And what we're going to do now is come way over here, and you want to click it to drop off. Now, I want this to just do the one run. So there's a little trick you can use, which is to you come back to here and click on the depot. What this will do is it basically tell it to do one round trip. And we'll just move that into there. So what we're going to do is just follow the little steam controller thing down into here. And if it works, what you should do is emerge from here with the train on the background there. You can see he's got the train on his back. Let's actually just let him get a little bit closer. And we'll just go Control G. Zoom in. No, sorry. Actually, that's probably a nice picture there. Let's just get there. And we'll just take a picture there. Control G to get the face back. Of course, it's going to take him a long time to get down to the construction office. We're just going to leave him alone. One thing I've just really noticed as well, when I should have done it, is I need to build that and start building that. So what we're going to do now, while the guy is quite happily trundling across the map over there, is we're going to go up and work on this area here and get the final power supplies in. And just come up to here, and what we're going to do is switch on this interface. I'm going to click always show the overlay, and the reason I've done this is that this is the quickest way to find the actual substations that you've got. So we've got a substation here that's working, covering this side of the map. It comes out and covers these buildings here. We've got another one which I put in here, which is covering. So there's a little bit of a dead spot here. We've also got this one here, and that's kind of coming into there, but it's still this dead spot in the bottom of the town here. And we've got this one here which comes into here. So the dead spot isn't quite as bad as I thought it would be, but we do need to ensure that we've got good coverage here. We got the kind of flat area just in this area here, which we need. And of course we've got this area here also needs power supplies. Kind of thinking, I'm gonna pause while we remove this road here. It's only a mud road, so it's not any great consequence. I'm going to take a little bit of a chance here in the fact that we may get you can say that it might catch fire. I think if we put that in there, just zoom out a bit, that will, if I could put it that side, that might be quite useful. We needed to go that way. We can't build because of infrastructure. Oh, there's a cable there. Okay, so we're gonna have to put it this side, but we can compensate. In fact, I think I'm going to do is use a mod. Zoom in really close so that we can see. And what I'm thinking is power substation. Now we've got two types of substation. If I press that and rotate, what you see is that I've got these mods which actually, I think if we flip that, that's still not very good. That one can come in, means it will come in from the side. Oops. Press shift so we can see. We could put that there. Actually, we could possibly tilt it a little bit that way, and that might. Actually, I'm just wondering. That's a footpath there, isn't it? Let me just see. I'm sure. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. It's really nice and small and compact. Just come out. And you might be able to just inch it. Can't quite get to that warehouse, but be nice. We can put it in just about there. I mean, no, actually, we put it there. Can't get to that, so I think we're going to stick with what I was planning. We'll put this in about here. Press Control, and this would give us really good coverage. And just put a and go there. And what we'll do is we'll come from there. You there. Right, you there. Get you to about there. That should might be a bit dodgy there. Just accept that just to. And we'll just make sure that is. It goes to there. In here somewhere. I know you're here somewhere. Making sure it's all connected. And while I'm looking at it. And there's a tiny little substation there. And we'll put that to this substation. Besides the fact it's very small, it's very useful when you're starting out in the game. You can see how small the amount of resources that it actually needs as well. So we'll get that built there. So we'll just build that substation in. Now what I would like also is to cover this warehouse and this side of the map as well. So let me just check how much coverage did I get from here. So we're kind of covering, you need to cover this side of the map and that. I'd like, because what I'd like to do ideally is it's that covers that. So so all we need to do is cover the warehouse. We've got one building out on its own. Oh, we could do that. We put that there. That gives us the warehouse, and if we put it, so we want it about there. Actually, that would be quite nice. Actually, that would cover everything in this area. And by putting power into all these buildings, it actually makes them more efficient. And it's not required, but I think there is an efficiency bonus for it, which is worth having. Just take you up into there. Then we're going to take you there. Get around the back here. We're knocking all these trees down, which is a bit unfortunate, but we'll just accept that. And we'll push this up to a priority. So I just want to get this area finished. Okay, there's something else that I just need to check a look at. Let me just get rid of this. Get that, turn that off here. Yeah, we need more workers in here. We're not producing the food. So what I'm going to have to do is allocate to there. And allocate you to there as well. I really need to make sure that I've got the constant maximum 30 workers in here now. Otherwise we're going to have food problems. We've always got this bakery should I need to bring it back online. I want to get the maximum out of here first, which is one of the reasons why I want to get power into here, so that we can shut this coal-fired power station down, because that will release 45 workers that can make a contribution to the rest of the economy. What we got here? What's that saying? Got unemployed. Have I messed up things? Let me just see. Maybe I've gone a bit too far. Let me just check in here. Okay. We got unemployed people somewhere. Want any? Oh, unemployed here. Okay. What are you doing? Okay, we're going to take you, cancel you. We don't really need you now, because we're probably now getting the full workers from here going into there. Where was the other place where people were unemployed? What's up with you? Yeah, I think I can live with that, because they shouldn't be unemployed. Probably need to get more workers out to here probably. Oh, we've got a train. So we now work in here. And what you'll see is that I think this train only needs 10 workers. That's why there's only 10 workers in here. And we are starting to lay our first track. You can see it's going to be painful, whether we like it or not, and you can see it's going to be a little bit painful laying the track especially until you get some momentum. But at the same time, I'm in no great rush, because I've realised that oh, wow, I didn't realise I was building those. I've actually built them. Oh, no. I don't want you in there just at the moment. I want to come back to you later on. Yeah, I've noticed I've made a little bit of a mistake. I convinced myself that I've actually got electric trains, but if I show you here, we don't actually have any electric motors. We only got diesels. And I actually looked up just before I started, and I don't think I actually get any electric trains until the 1950s. But at the moment, I'm not too concerned about that, because there's always a possibility that it could take us 10 years to build all this track in here so that we could actually use it. So at the moment, I'm not too worried. My main concern is actually going to be the cost, because if I show you here, this is again one of the downsides of there. You can see already that the cost of some of these trains is getting a little bit high. So we really need to start trying to push up that income a little bit more. Anyway, so we've now got the power sorted out, and what I want to do now is actually work out the sanitation for this map. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the sewage first, because one, it's slightly easier, and two, it's always the one that's most awkward to put in, because we got a little bit of depression here. What we can do is take advantage of the fact that this is way below. So what I'm thinking is we'll start by in this corner. And of course, one tip that's not easily apparent is that while the pipe is sensitive to going to the drop-off point, the buildings round a location aren't sensitive to height. So I could put a sewage collection point up here, and all these buildings, although they're below the height of the sewage pickup, the sewage will still flow into them. So that's something that's quite a good point that you need to look and think it's worth thinking about. I want to ensure that I've got coverage from around here, so I may want to put buildings up here. So this will come out that way. So I'm thinking that we'll put our first pickup point about there. How far out is you? You will cover most of this part of the city. but you won't cover the bottom part. That's okay, that's not a problem. So we're going to put one there, and then I'm going to put another one in here. And I must admit, I do like to overlap them a certain amount. We're going to put a second one in just there. You can go to there. You can go out to there. Now, what I want to do now is we've got this one here. And what I'm going to do is just use a little bit of a trick now. Is we're going to come here and we're going to create a little bit of a pit here. A little bit more. We're going to put in a sewage switch just about here. Like that. But you... oops, look. There. Because what we're going to do now is go underground, press F2 to get rid of that. And what we're going to do is put in make sure that they've connected. Yep. It's going to go to there. And then this is going to come down to there like that. And I want to leave one spare connection here for emergencies. So we're going to accept that from above. Now comes the fun bit, because just to show you, we got to put a sewage outfall up here, and we've also got to provide a sewage outfall here. I may want to put you about there. Okay, what's the contours here? That's a bit low. Actually, it'd be nice to put it about there. But then that might cause a problem. Right, I think before I do that, I'm going to put in the freshwater supply system now. Not the delivery to the presence, but the actual where we're going to put the water in here. Last chance to buy. I didn't even know I had that. Right. What I want to do is put in a water tower as to ensure that the water treatment plant has pressure. So we're going to put you up. We turn you around that way. Press that. So we'll build a water tower there. Question now is, I want to use a large water pump, water well actually, which means we've got to have a workforce into it. The water is 93%. Be nice to put it over here, but I mean, this is an open area, and we could put some residences here, provide the workers, so we can get 94%. Put that the other way. We get you, put you in about there, like that, and then we can run. What I want to do is run this into there, like that. Oops. The water well will supply the water to there, and then what I want is a water treatment plant down here. We're going to use the same one as we used. Great. Okay, we're going to have to do a little bit of leveling here. Train height from the center. Push you up like that. But you. Where's it? Where's the water treatment gone? There it is, groundwater. Can we flip that? We got that there now. Now, in theory, we will have water pressure down to here. I'm not convinced it's going to be enough. So what we're going to do is put a small pumping station in here. My general rule when it comes to planning water supplies is always go over the top. Because it's just not worth the effort with all the pipe work and all that to not do it, go over the top, to be honest. You're far better off doing it is putting in an excess of supply than going underneath, because especially in realistic mode, if things go wrong, and things go wrong quite badly. Right, so we've now got water here. We need to bring water over here, but what I want to do now is just go back to, okay, it's not going to play ball, is it? Okay. Where did we put the sewage pipe in? Yeah. So we're gonna have to put a sewage outfally thing here. And I think what we'll do is we'll put one in here to cover this part of the city, like that. And then we'll have to put another one over here. So now that actually covers that, but I want the coverage to guarantee. Again, it's a case of putting more's better, because if you get a very dense city with lots of things going on, you can overload the system. Let me just get that there. I don't want that. We've now got this area here. We've got that connector there. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to put a switch in here, going that way, because this is a lot lower than down there. Of course, nice thing about sanitation is it doesn't burn down. You can go there, underground, turn that off. Okay. And of course, there's only one pipe when you build sewage systems, and that is large. And that goes that way. So I want you to connect to there. And you connect to there. Now comes the fun bit. We've got to put the sewage connection point up here. To be honest, when it comes to remote mines, I'm quite happy to deliver water, but I find the sanitation is something else that we can probably save a little bit of pipe you there. Now we've got two other mines up here, so what I'm going to do is put another one of these down here. Put you to there, you to there. Go underground. Mine has a lot of workers in it, so again I think I'm gonna go over the top here. Okay, now one of the problems with coming down big gradients is that a pipe can be a little bit literal minded, so you've got to make sure, so may have to build it in sections. Now what we're going to do now is try and get down off of here. Aha. And then we've now built that to there. I may want to put a, because I can't remember if I've actually covered this. Is this actually covered? Because that's covered. That's covered, isn't it? Because we got sanitation there, and we've got sanitation there. Okay, so we're good. Good. So what we need down under pipe. I think just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna run you to there, and just run you into there. Yes, that is one heck of a sewage system, and we'll just accept you. Actually, I've made a bit of a mistake here. Oh, I can fix it, can't I? Let me just see. Sorry about this. Up here, got a junction here, because I've just suddenly realised these guys will have a need for sanitation as well. So what we've actually got to do is actually we can do this one. If I break this pipe here and then put in another one of these in here, this should work. This will make sense, guys. You can go to there, above ground here, and what I want is a sewage unloading station, which we put in about here. Unloading station. Why is that? Oh yeah. Why is that not? I'm confused. Put you there, like that. Okay, accept that. Yeah, that's confused me a little bit. Let me just check again. Oh yeah, it is the right arrow. I'm just eluding myself. Don't worry, guys. What that means is that we've got this area here now. And what that means is that we can put a technical office in around here. In fact, I'll put the technical office in while I'm thinking about it. Where's it? Maintenance. And we're going to need a technical office up here anyway, so we can put you in. Oh, that's not. It's no good. Actually, that's a good candidate place up here, isn't it? It's quite a long way away from everything. That's even better. And what that technical office will do is pick up the waste from here and drop it off here. So now we've got this here. Next thing we're going to need to put in. This is one of the problems with this game now. Is so many things to think about. We're going to need a big pump. Is it? Well, we need a big pumping station. I think we can put it up about there, behind the theatre. They won't mind. And the reason I'm doing that is that if necessary, if the capacity it's not high enough. Now, with a large pumping station, you can run 3 potential buildings. Sorry, I keep pressing this button. Now, obviously we're going to need a water loading unloading station. Can't build, can we get that in? I'd like to get that in just about there. There, right in alongside there. Down again. You can connect to there. And then come back up above. Water substation. Same principle as before. I want the water to go to the edge of the map. I think we'll put, actually we could probably bring, that's on that edge there. Actually we can just put the substation in there. That's connected there. Back underneath again. Large pipe. And you can go to there. I've just realized I've made a mistake here. It's off the wrong one. Did it from that one to that one. So we've now got the water supply to here, isn't it? Which, zoom out, that covers this part of the city. I think these processing plants, as I say, when it comes to delivering water, I'm not too worried about the content of delivering water. It's getting the sewage away that's more important, because if sewage piles up, you get ill health, and that makes your workers sick. For some strange, well, if they're short of water, they will still keep working. They would just complain about it. What we'll do is we'll just put, we've already got this here, so I think we'll put the water switch right alongside the, just put you, can't build due to infrastructure. Okay, maybe we're gonna have to put it on that side. I didn't really want to do that, but I don't want to overlap the pipes. Yeah, we're gonna have to put it on this side. There's not much choice about that. So we can put one there. We got one there covering that, and another one there covering that. So that's going to give us a reasonable coverage. The nice thing that about when you're actually laying in water supplies like this, there's often quite a lot of slack for put you there. So we got two there. So we got supply there, supply there, supply there, and I think that's what we're going to go with from the get-go. If we need extra water, I can put it in. We've covered it. Wow, got 2 fires in a row. That's okay. It's close to where we are. So we've now planned the water supply for up here, and that's going to be can be built in. Where is it? Over here. Just want to make sure we got the footpaths in. Aha. Okay. Can play that game. Right, we've now finished this road here. I can just keep. We need a footpath through to there. Probably one to there. These can go to there. This one I want you to come to there. You to actually we'll put another footpath through there. Actually, I think we're trying to put footpaths through like that, and then oops, that one's not connected. Take that one out. It didn't go all the way to the edge, which means it would be a waste of time. Better. This one We can run through there to there. We need to connect you to there. Now, what's it? This is the food stall, so you can just barely get there. Okay, right. I'm going to change this one here. Oops. With you actually. I can put you in later on. I'm going to run through there, there, there. What's this? This is the university. Right, so we've got that built in there. And what I want across the back here is we got a lot of what's needed for education. So look at that. One of the advantages, if you put water and sewage in, you can then find out what your requirements are. So we're going to start with school there, and of course we're going to need the ubiquitous what we call it, kindergartens. We'll put one there, and we're probably going to need another one out here by the time we're finished. Put that one there. We also need sport, so come in here. We go straight for indoor pools because we want to give our residents the best of the best. And the other thing I wouldn't mind up here is some kind of culture as well, just to reinforce, but nothing too big. We can always put, well, it's a bit small. But we don't really want to encourage them with pool hall. Actually, we can drop a little theatre. Just maybe we'll put a theatre up just in this corner here. That's got no water. Oh, the water supply's there. It's just underneath the brown line. Okay. A little bit worried about that. Why is that? I'd like a proper crossover. Would you please, game? Oops. Put this in here. That's better. Hopefully that will connect like that. We've now got some our basic facilities in. Let's see if we've built this through now. We've now got power here. And we've got gas station working there. That's going to make a difference. I can't remember. I've been so wrapped up in what I've been doing. Did my hauler return to... Yeah, you can see he's returned now because he's delivered. Yeah, I'm definitely running out of time on this video. So we've got this fixed. We've got... Don't remember allocating that, but I'll take it anyway. We've got this here. So what we're probably going to need to do, we're starting to get some unemployment again. Don't want people unemployed. Okay, so there's nobody unemployed down here at the moment. That means the unemployment is probably up here. Let me just see. Okay, it looks like we've got some unemployment here. So we're going to remove that from the bakery now. How we got here? Oh yeah, look at that. That's brilliant. Yep, got 74 food in here. In fact, I think I'd like to increase that a little bit. It's going to reduce the amount of crops, but I want a surplus. Build up a surplus here for emergencies for when the crops run out and we got to deliver it by truck. Let me just get into here. This building is functional. Is this one functional? What I'm going to do, this could be a little bit awkward. We're actually going to shut the power station down, and then take that. Wow, look at that. That's nice and green across the board. These are not functioning. Brilliant. That's exactly what I wanted to get to, because it means that this will give us more workers, but we can keep this as a contingency for the moment. That should ensure more coal flowing into the brickworks and makes more money. That should, we might even can start to consider not using the brickworks here, but that means we'd get more workers into here producing bitumen, which we can then export. That's looking good. I'm happy with that. And so this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.